Take 1,400. Hello, everyone. My name is Jalissa McConaughey, and I am here to present my advocacy presentation today on the improving the healthcare of the LGBT community. What is LGBTQ? The first three slides are some stats, facts, and historical moments. It stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. The initialism of the LGBTQ has become mainstream as a self-designation. What is LGBTQ? The meaning. Why is the LGBTQ healthcare important? There's a long history of anti-LGBTQ bias in healthcare, which continues to shape health-seeking behavior and access to care for LGBTQ individuals, despite increasing social acceptance. In 1973, homosexuality was listed as a disorder in the Diagnostics and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. In a national survey in 2002, 6% of United States physicians still reported discomfort caring for LGBTQ patients. LGBTQ health disparities and vulnerability. There are no LGBTQ specific diseases because I once read an article that they said they had their own private diseases, which I knew was not a fact. Clinicians must also be informed about LGBTQ health because of numerous health disparities which affect members of this population. Individuals in same-sex relationships are significantly less likely than others to have health insurance, are more likely to report unmet health needs, and for women are less likely to have had a recent mammogram, or I don't know how to pronounce the P word, but I'm going to try. Papa Nicolau test? Papa Nicolau test? Okay, moving on. Sexually transmitted infections, including human immunodeficiency virus, are more concerns in some LGBT groups, particularly MSM and male to female transgender persons. Nearly half of all people living with HIV in the United States, despite making up approximately 2% of the general population. Black and other non-white MSM are more disproportionately affected by HIV than white MSM. Among the black urban MSM, the HIV prevalence is estimated at 28% versus 18% for the Hispanics and 16% for white MSM. The racial disparities in HIV do not appear to be due to differences in unsafe sexual behavior, but rather other factors such as decreased access to antiretroviral therapy in non-white communities. Several other diseases and conditions are differentially distributed between LGBTQ and non-LGBTQ groups compared to heterosexual women. Lesbian, heterosexual women, I don't know what I said. Lesbians are more likely to be overweight or obese. Eating disorders and body image disorders may be more common among gay and bisexual than heterosexual men. And high school students of both sexes who have same-sex sexual partners more commonly engage in unhealthy eating behavior than those with only opposite sex sexual partners. Highly publicized causes of suicide among teenagers bullied for being gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender have shed light on the violence and victimization experienced by LGBTQ groups. LGBTQ adults are also victims of violence. After race and ethnicity, sexual orientation may be one of the most common motivations for hate crime. Best evidence-based practice. How can clinicians begin to address the health needs of their LGBTQ patients? I just need to slow down. The first step is to create an environment inclusive of all LGBTQ people. LGBTQ patients report that they often search for subtle cues in the environment to determine acceptance. Simple changes in forms, signage, and office practices can go far in making LGBTQ individuals feel more welcome. Allow patients to be invited to input such information electronically prior to their visit or at the time of registration. Patients may feel safer discussing their health risks and behaviors once such information has been disclosed in this way. And it streamlines the process of entering the data into the electronic medical record. Let me stop reading like that. Jeez. Best evidence-based practice continues. Healthcare settings can also develop and prominently display non-discriminating policies that include sexual orientation and gender identity. Educational brochures on LGBTQ health topics can be made available where other patient-informed materials are displayed. You get how the picture go with? Okay. Community resources for LGBTQ healthcare in the great state of dear old Alabama. AIDS Alabama focuses on housing policy and advocacy, supportive services, HIV prevention and education, as well as free and confidential HIV testing. Birmingham AIDS Outreach is an organization that offers free and confidential tests for HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas, hepatitis C, and syphilis. Five Horizons Health Services offers services to West Alabama LGBTQ community. All right, West Alabama. Services include specialized medical treatment, HIV, hepatitis C testing and treatment, STD, STI treatment, testing, as well as prevention education. Thrive Alabama, for all of you know who take Professor Claiborne class. Thrive Alabama empowers LGBTQ patients to create a healthy community by providing compassionate, accessible, affordable, and comprehensive care. Community resources for LGBTQ healthcare provider resources. World Professional Association for Transgender Health. The World Professional Association for Transgender Health provides standards for transgender healthcare through the Standards of Care resource, a clinical guide for health professionals to assist transgender and gender nonconforming people with effective approaches to primary care, mental health, hormone therapy, surgery, and other health services. Center of Excellence for Transgender Health. The Center of Excellence for Transgender Health at the University of California, San Francisco provides clinical manuals and guides for health professions, including guidelines for the primary and gender-affirming care of transgender and gender non-binary people. Resource. The COE also offers free online learning modules, brochures, and fact sheets about various aspects of transgender health. Advocacy plan to empower LGBTQ healthcare. In order to ensure that the future we are headed towards is one we want to live in and continue to make a difference, social workers must continue to take a stand in the lives of the LGBTQ community. We must begin advocating in the school system, communities, and in different environments about the LGBTQ community, healthcare, and all their resources. Because remember, we do have teens who are a part of this community. We must exemplify leadership, activism, and integrity in the presence of the LGBTQ healthcare community. Stand firm on NASW and policymaker. Policies have input and policymaking to change the lives of the LGBTQ healthcare community and create a room for change and advancement through community outreach programs and establishing budgets that are solely for the purpose of giving to the LGBTQ healthcare community. And these are my resources. And that is the end of my presentation. Everyone have a blessed one.